Yeah, I was born and raised in this solo basketball tour. It's probably what's made me the person that I am today with the rhythm. And it's really a metaphor for childhood. Hollow ground, David, with all these incredible life experiences, more than all the others. This one for you, my brother.
FlintTalkRadio.com. You're tuned into the Ryan Eashoo Show. Welcome, friends. It's a great day in Flint, and it's a good day here in our studio. We're actually live with Lordd Virgil.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing great.
Welcome to the show. You just seen your. We just played your video for all the people watching and listening right now. Flint, Michigan, and amazing song there. And everyone's talking about it online. Everybody is going to YouTube and watching it. I think you guys were, last I noticed, like 35,000 hits.
Yeah, we're creeping up on 35,000. It's been seen in all 50 states in the United States and 55 countries around the world. So rock and roll truly is a global market these days.
It is, especially when it comes here from Flint, Michigan, because, you know, a lot of people say that Flint, Michigan helped the rock and roll movement.
Oh, there's so, I mean, Grand Funk Railroad, I mean, and Ready for the World, and so many, not just Flint, but all over Michigan. I mean, we have some of the greatest musicians in the world have come out of this state. You know, everybody from Iggy Pop to Alice Cooper to Madonna.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there. So tell me, when did you get involved in music? What made you, you know,
Oh, it was
be interested
probably,
in it?
you know, I don't know if I actually learned how to play an instrument or if I remembered. I mean, it might even come from a previous life because, I mean, at age 3 or 4, I was banging around on furniture in the house. And by the time I was 12, I was playing nightclubs, playing drums. I toured Europe at age 14 and North America, Canada, Mexico, and so on. All by the time I was 18. And by the time I was 19, I was a has-been. It was time to start a second career. And so, you know, it's been a long ride.
That's great. It's very impressive where you've been and what you've done. And before we got on air here, we were talking in the green room, and you were talking about you actually knew me from when I was a kid.
That's right. Yeah, I remember you coming over and hanging out with my bass player and his brother in Goodrich. You went to Goodrich schools, yeah?
No, my aunt lived across the street, actually.
Oh, that's what it was.
Matt Johannes and Rob Johannes. And, yeah. Good times there, you know, out in Jordan Road.
That's right, listening to as much Iron Maiden as we could get our hands on.
I was always rocking there, man. It was great.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your band. Where did the name Lordd Virgil come from?
Well, Lordd Virgil was actually an insult from a friend of mine here. Well, so much of a friend.
Right.
With friends like that, who needs a dictator? Anyway, the name actually came from, you know, oh, Lord, Virgil's here again, or here comes the guy that always wants to have his things his way, Lordd Virgil. Always, you know. So I thought, well, if you're going to be that way about it, let's put it on the marquee and put it on the kick drum head and see who salutes it.
Wow. And is this still a friend now or acquaintance? Or?
Yeah. He's apologized many times and said that he'll never give anybody another nickname.
Give me a nickname, you know? It's went far, and look at you now. Your people in your band are Rob Johannes from Grand Blanc, Michigan. He plays bass. Yep. Mark Stevens from Hollywood, California.
Yep. He's here in Michigan now, but he's just got here from Hollywood. Yep.
Excellent. We have Oscar Gomez from Saginaw, Michigan.
Yep. We just added Oscar. You may have seen him from in bands like Reverend Right Time and the First Cousins of Funk,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And he also played with a band out of Alabama called 4 a.m. and a touring act. And let's see, Groove Circle and Raggedy Ann. If you remember back that far, he played drums for Raggedy Ann. So,
Wow.
yeah.
That's great. And for you, those of you listening out there today, you can call in with your questions. Our phone lines are open, 810-208-1854. You can have questions for Lordd Virgil here.
Look, it's actually right up there.
Is it behind us here?
It's right up there. It's because on the website it'd be
yeah.
right up there.
It's right up here.
Yep.
So it's just right up here. Let's point to it.
Kind of over there. Yeah.
Right there. So you can call in and ask questions, talk to us, tell us about your favorite song, ask them anything.
Sure.
Anything goes here. Or ask them about the video. The video is really cool. I gotta admit.
Thank you.
As being a Flint buff and a self-proclaimed Flint nut, I really appreciated a lot of the pictures in there and the music and the lyrics. And I guess what inspired you to write that song, Flint, Michigan?
Well, originally it was somewhat of a, when you're in a rock and roll band, they always want you to put together a press kit and you need to write a bio. And people have always wondered, what is it about me that makes me me?
Sure.
when that's what they want to know about Madonna, that's what they want to know about Kiss, that's what they want to know about everybody. So I think that as a songwriter, as an artist, if you were a writer of any type, what makes your surroundings have a lot to do with who you are. And being from Flint makes you a real special type of person. We're not afraid of anything.
Right.
We're not afraid of violence. We're not afraid of economic slumps. We're not afraid of being broke. And we know that as being from Flint, that poverty breeds excellence. And
definitely.
And if in this town, it's not, if you don't make it, you die. I mean, that's it. I mean, Michael Moore's movies had to be perfect. Those guys that played basketball out of this town had to be perfect. Grand Funk Railroad had to be perfect. And if I want to make it out of here, I have to be perfect. So what makes someone from Flint the way they are? What makes us unafraid? What makes us so strong? And I think it's the cracked up pavements and the cracked up sidewalks and the cracked up whores at the Dort Motel.
A lot can be said about that because it really does instill something in an individual. Mm-hmm. And I think it makes us strong. I mean, if you can make it to age 18 in Flint,
that's right.
And you survive everything, poverty, crime, STDs or whatever there is out there, you can make it through anything.
Right. And, and the idea came from a funeral. I went to Gary Buckner's funeral. He was a mentor of mine and a great vocalist for a Flint band. I remember he was in a band called Barnaby Wild, and we used to do a lot of shows, and he was a great friend of mine. And I got a call that he had passed away, and when we were driving from the funeral home to the cemetery, here we are driving down these roads, and the hearse is being shaken, and the casket is in the car, and the boarded up windows and the brown zones and where Buick used to be, and we're driving past all this, and I thought, what kind of a tribute is this? But to somebody from Flint, that is their tribute. That this is what he survived for so many years. Then when we got to the mausoleum and I was walking back to my car, I realized that I had more friends in the ground than I had above it. And I walked and I went, oh, there's my grandparents, and there's Pete, and there's Jimmy, and there's Johnny, and those are all the people that I knew were all in Flint Memorial Cemetery. And
it's like a little family reunion, so to speak.
And I started thinking about all the things that I'd been reading in the newspaper about how Flint was the epicenter of the recession and how it's a terrible place to live. And I thought, you know what? These people have no right to talk about my hallowed ground like that. I came from 7 generations of people that made Flint a great town. It's still a great town. It's full of the hardest working people on the face of planet Earth. We just don't have anywhere to work.
Sure. We're definitely survivors here. And you're right. A lot of these people that write about Flint have never even been here.
Yeah, what do they know? And how dare they talk about my hometown where my grandparents and now it's beginning to be my siblings are buried.
Sure.
And my friends are buried, people that I went to high school with. This is, people don't like you to talk down about their hometown. They can talk about it if they want to, but I'm not going to talk about Cleveland.
Right.
So, and I'm not going to talk about Kansas City. They have problems of their own.
Or Gary, Indiana.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I mean,
But you got to admit, it smells funny there. You know, when you ever drive through there to go to Chicago.
do you remember how it used to smell going by the paint side of Fisher Body?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't get any funnier than that as far as the smell. But I mean, you know, the whole point of the song was, I wouldn't mind living here again because I was born to die in Flint, Michigan. So don't talk bad about my hometown. Help out. Stop kicking a town when it's down.
Right. All right. Well, let's check out another one of your songs.
Sure.
If we could.
How about we go to Tip of My Tongue? This song was actually a top 10 hit in Milan, Italy. I couldn't get airplay here in Michigan.
Really?
But a DJ in Italy decided to pick it up, and maybe those Italians know something about the tips of their tongues that we don't know. So, yeah, John, if you want to roll it, we'll. He's bringing it up right now. We can see he's playing with the Windows Media
So it was in
Player
the top
right there.
10, Milan, Italy.
Yeah, a guy named Federico Martinelli asked if he could play it on the air, and not only did I say play it, I sent him an autographed 8x10 that said "Mille grazie, Federico."
Well, we're going to check it out right now. Hopefully your people out there that are listening right now or can call in after this is over with.
Sure.
810-208-1854 is our number. Call in. We'd love to talk to you. And we'd love to hear what you think about Lordd Virgil and this next tune we're going to play for you right here.
And we'll see if we can get you on the tip of my tongue. There we go.
I can't hardly sleep at night, and I can't seem to beat my appetite. I promise that I won't bite. If you give me half a chance, I just might do anything you like. I got you on the tip of my tongue. I can't help myself. I can't help myself. I got you on the tip of my tongue. I hate to see it going to waste, and I make a point to clean my plate. Can't you see it on my face? I like the thrill of the kill instead of just the thrill of the chase. Give me a little taste. I got you on the tip of my tongue. I can't help myself. I can't help myself. I got you on the tip of my tongue. I can't help myself. I got you on the tip of my tongue. I can't help myself. I can't help myself. I got you on the tip of my tongue. I can't help myself. From the bottom to the top, I promise I won't miss a drop until you're begging me to stop. On the tip of my tongue, upside down and inside out. Let me teach you all about it, girl. You just can't live without it. On the tip of my tongue, turn it up until you want. Even when your clothes are on, I wanna hear you sing my song. On the tip of my tongue, there's no better time than now for me to show you how I got a taste in my mouth. On the tip of my tongue, I need to fix it. You're the one, and you're the one, so won't you come and give me some. On the tip of my tongue.
FlintTalkRadio.com. You're listening to the Ryan Eashoo Show. We're back. Great song there, too.
Thank you. Appreciate it. That was the lead track off our second album called Anno Domini, and the producer for that was was the producer for George Clinton and the P-Funk All-Stars and David Sanborn. His name was John Hughes II.
Wow.
And he was out of Tampa, Florida. We recorded that in Orlando. So at ARS Studios. It was a lot of fun. We had a good time down there.
Very good song. Is there any good recording studios here in Genesee County that you can think of? I mean,
no,
no.
There may be. Well, in the area, let me see. Owasso, a guy named Tim Hauser. I remember I recorded there when I was very young, and he always had the best drum sounds. You had to carry your drums up 3 flights of stairs in an old building. But never mind that. Once you got your drums up there, if you weren't too exhausted, you could still play your drum kit. He got the best drum sounds anywhere, and that's a hard thing to do. And so Tim Hauser out in Owasso always did it. Uptown Studios, I think, is the name of the place.
Okay. Because, we've had a lot of people that are in the music industry come on the show, and everyone's saying they recorded here, Florida.
Sure.
So it's. I wish they would have more like the venue here where people could record this stuff too,
Well, especially with the movie industry kind of moving into Detroit and so on, I think you're going to see. I think you're going to start seeing. Hello.
That's our signal for a phone call.
All right. I think you're going to start actually seeing more recording studios and movie studios and things like that. So I think that helps out a lot. It's not like we don't have the vacant buildings.
Yeah, exactly. That's very, very true. I think we have a caller here. Hello, you're live on the Ryan Eashoo Show with Lordd Virgil. Hello, can you hear me?
Hi, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
Fantastic. Good, how are you? Good. I want to say I'm very impressed with the Lord man there. And his video, on the Flint video, I just saw it today, and I'm very impressed with it.
Well, thank you. What's your name?
My name's Rick.
Hi, Rick. It's a pleasure to meet you, and thank you very much for the compliment. What did you like about the video?
I just like the whole concept of Flint. But I've got another kind of question. I mean, that was my nice, polite...
So much. Here, the polite goes off the tracks, and here comes the singer, right?
This is kind of just the thought of the day kind of dream I have, I guess. If young kids wanted to follow in your footsteps, how would you suggest someone do that?
Stay out of the music business and go to college and get a real job. Because it's absolutely difficult. I don't think anybody gets into the music business because they want to. They get into the music business because it's obsessive compulsive disorder, and they can't do anything else because they can't think about anything else. It's an absolute obsession. It's not a choice. Music chooses you. You don't choose it. Otherwise, I would be driving a much, much better car.
Or you say you were born this way then?
Yeah, I mean, there's no way around it. I mean, I wish I could have been a lawyer. I wish I could have been a doctor. I wish I could have been just about anything else, because dealing with the music industry has got to be one of the hardest things. I've been doing this for 25 years, and nobody's given me a watch, a plaque, or a parade. So, generally you'd be retired by this time. And here I am, still looking for a record deal.
Okay. Do you live in Flint now?
I don't, because I have to work, and I needed to go where there were jobs. So I left Flint after the first 20 years of my life, and I went to Tampa, Florida, and then I've been up in Clare County. But the band is based out of Flint. We still rehearse in the area, in the Genesee County area, and this is where all of our business is taken care of. But I had to leave town to find work.
Sure, that's understandable.
Okay. And I hope Michael Moore shows up for your show here on February 12th.
I hope so too. We got a chair that's going to be sitting there waiting for him. We got where it used to say reserved for Roger Smith. We crossed it out and wrote in his name.
And he's on the VIP list, so he just
He
had to
is.
come in, you know.
He is. He's expected.
And, how about maybe showing Roger and me in another room to show the before and the after?
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah. As a matter of fact, if you want to come down and see Michael Moore, you know, and hopefully he'll be at the show, come on out, Rick. We're going to be at MoDoggies on February 12th, this Saturday, with Grindstone and 34 Bliss, and the Valentine Vodka Girls are going to be there. We're going to have a great Valentine's show. It's going to be hot women, cold drinks, and killer rock and roll. How can you beat that, right?
Hey, let me try to make it, and I'll say goodbye with that. But I'm impressed with everything I've seen today.
Well,
Thank you, Rick.
Thank you so much, Rick. It really means a lot, especially to a fellow Flintoid.
Thank you for calling, Rick.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
Yep. Hope to see you Saturday.
All right.
Excellent. Well, yeah, that would be cool if Michael Moore showed up.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be absolutely
And
astonishing.
you have a connection to Michael Moore, actually.
Well, I delivered papers for him when I was a kid. Yeah, the Michigan Voice. I answered an ad in a newspaper and said we need somebody with a bicycle, and I qualified.
What, was it made in America, your bicycle? Or
It was. I got it at Kmart. I don't know. It was a. Let me see. What did I have? I couldn't afford the ET Kuahari. So
did it have 3 wheels or 2?
just two.
Just two?
Just two. And as a matter of fact, I actually won the bike at a General Motors UAW rally on a raffle ticket.
Really?
Yeah, I remember
Do
that.
you remember
It was,
where was that held at?
Potter Lake. I think
yeah,
it was
that was
at Potter Lake.
big GM
Right, you
gathering
remember
place
that?
back then.
Yeah, and at Potter Lake, I bought a 25-cent ticket. And people were buying them, $1, $10. All I had was a quarter. So and I took the Raleigh 10-speed.
It only takes one to win.
And it did.
And then what else? So you delivered papers for Michael Moore, the Michigan Voice, and how long did you do that for?
Just one summer,
summer.
in between, during summer break to make a little bit of money so that I could, buy drumsticks and guitar strings and whatnot. And I remember going into to pick up my check, and I was like, Mr. Moore, what's with all these cables and stuff? Picking up papers, and I'm tripping over all this movie camera equipment. And he says, well, I'm making a movie about Flint. And I'm like, who's going to want to see that? And he says, hopefully a lot of people. I mortgaged my house 7 times. So
How was he to work for?
he was absent. He was really just come on in and pick up the papers, and your check will be on the desk. And I only saw him a couple of times.
Gotcha.
I think I've seen him 3 times in my life. I worked for him all summer, saw him twice there. The 3rd time was at the Roger and Me premiere. He invited us to the premiere of the film at Showcase Cinema in Burton, which was not far from, I went to Bentley High School at that time. And
Which is now closed.
is Bentley,
No, Showcase East
Showcase
is
Cinema.
closed.
Oh, that figures. They couldn't show it in Flint because all of the cinemas were closed.
Right.
You
They're
know-
still closed.
I'm having a hard time driving around Flint these days because all the landmarks are flattened, I mean, I don't know where to turn.
I bet. I mean, yeah, you haven't been here in a long time. Can you imagine just driving around? You don't know where to go.
Oh, no, it's not that I haven't been here in a long time. It's that if you're not here for a month,
Right.
you come back and something else is torn down.
I just noticed a house down the street, and it looks like someone's dissecting the house. Did you see that, John?
Like a frog.
What's going on there? Do you know this house? I'm going to get a picture of it.
What happen is they have to take the house apart slowly because they have to have people in hazmat suits because there's an asbestos concern. That's the right there near the corner, just on the corner. Yeah.
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 This house is like they're taking lath and plaster off. I'm just like, what's going on here?
Yeah,
you
because
know?
they had to do it meticulously because they couldn't knock it down because I guess there's a considerable amount of asbestos in that house.
I thought people were just like stealing the stuff.
Yeah, I thought the guys were knocking them down. They said that's going to come down next, but they have to have a special dumpster and stuff like that, take to a special place to get rid of it.
Well, do you think that these are things that people in Louisville, Kentucky have to deal with? I mean, is this something that happens in Columbus, Ohio? I don't think so. Only in Flint are you going to see that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's like, well, it's like, I guess it's going to happen. It happens in other cities that are shrinking, and basically, I didn't like the idea, but what else are you going to do with them? The houses that are empty. You don't have a population to take over,
Right.
go into them.
Well, that's why I think that's exactly why Flint, Michigan is starting to become an anthem. We've talked amongst ourselves in the band and within our inner circle about what makes a song an anthem, and I think it's associative commonality. I mean, if you don't mind too many big words, I mean, my guitar players won't understand what I just said, but
They'll just shake their head.
they'll go, "Yeah, he's talking big words again, man." But yeah, associative commonality. I think when other people start feeling what you're feeling, and you know, I wrote the song thinking that maybe somebody might understand what I'm talking about, and it turns out that a lot more people than what I mean, I'm as surprised as anybody, trust me. I mean, this song was just a demo for the next album, and I had people telling me, don't put it out because it's not master quality yet. You know, you haven't really recorded it properly. And so instead of not putting it out, I put a video to it, and, you know, and then it's become all this. And people are saying, this looks like my hometown. This looks like Sacramento. This looks like Dublin, Ireland. This looks like Charlotte, North Carolina. This looks like Gary, Indiana. You know, it
Pittsburgh,
looks,
Cleveland, yeah.
Yeah, and people in Australia and in South Korea are saying, this looks like my town. This song has been seen in Togo, in Africa. It's been seen in Germany and in Tajikistan and India. And it's blowing my mind that these people now know where Flint, Michigan is and what an Angelo's Coney Island looks like.
Right. Well, I think it resonates with a lot of people because, you know, tough times, you know, especially in like the Rust Belt or you know, the steel industry, auto industry, furniture making, we've all been accustomed to that kind of like boom
and then the bust. Yep.
And I think people hear this song, and it's not just a Flint, Michigan song, but it's a song about people growing up in these certain areas across the country and across the world, for that matter.
And that they can survive it.
Yes.
That's the most important part, is that we can pick ourselves up and we don't have to lay down. It'll make us stronger. What doesn't kill us makes us stronger.
And I think what's really interesting about Flint, Michigan is Flint, Michigan actually has a cult following.
Yes.
Have you noticed that?
I have.
It's like people all over the country. I mean, the granddaddy might have been from here or somebody, but they're just these diehard Flint cult members. Like,
I didn't notice until I put out the video and the song, and now I'm starting to see it.
We have a phone call on the line. Hello, you're live on the Ryan Eashoo Show.
Hi, how are you?
We're doing great. How are you?
Fine. I got a question for Lordd Virgil.
Who am I speaking with? What's your name?
Norm Weibel from Charlotte, Michigan.
Oh, hi, Norm. How are you? What's your question?
Where can I buy your CD, and is Flint, Michigan on it?
Oh, well, let's see. I'll answer the last question first. First of all, the Flint, Michigan isn't for sale. The town is for sale, but the song isn't. And the song is so far is just a demo that's slated for the next record, and you'll this Saturday you'll get to hear the song live. If you come out to MoDoggies, we'll play this song live. It's included in our live set, along with several other songs that we have slated for the next album. However, Anno Domini, which Tip of My Tongue, Pain, Inside, these songs are off of, that CD will be available at the shows as well. And you can hear any of those songs and purchase them on iTunes and Napster.com, AmazonMP3.com. Anywhere you pick up your downloads, you can find Lordd Virgil music.
Very good. Oh, I will definitely be there. I got a truckload of people coming up already.
Awesome. Well, and you say you're coming up from where?
Charlotte.
Charlotte. Wow, that's quite a haul. So yeah, it'll be great to see some people from Charlotte.
Yeah, we've been following you all over. We were at the Bay City show up there too through that storm.
Oh yeah, when we opened for Sponge. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When it was just as cold inside as it was outside.
Yeah.
I caught pneumonia at that show.
Did you really?
I did.
Hey,
MoDoggies gonna have heat this
yes,
weekend?
and if there's not heat on in the bar, the Valentine Vodka girls will keep it warm in there for us, I'm sure.
All right. Thank you.
All right, thanks
for calling
Norm.
in.
Bye.
Thank you. Well, that's cool. You got fans all over the state calling in here.
Apparently, I'm hoping it's. I always wonder if it's because they enjoy the music, or is Charlotte starting to look like Flint? And
We should have asked Norm that while we had him on the phone.
I guess so, because I haven't been to Charlotte in a while.
Yeah,
So,
it's a nice community.
I'm sure it is. But that's one of the great things about Michigan. We have in Flint especially. I think we have the hardest working people in the world.
I agree.
We made General Motors rich. They made us poor, but we made them rich. We could make any.
It's a bad divorce, but yeah.
We could make any company rich.
Sure.
If they're not doing well in San Antonio, bring the company here. And make sure you bring a dump truck for all the applications that you're going to get, because we don't need 100 jobs. We don't need 60 jobs. I hear about that all the time. I hear, oh, well, we're going to have 150 jobs. We need 150,000.
Exactly. And that's what irritates me is I hear these big headlines, Flint Journal, 60 jobs created at the opening of the blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, yippee. General Motors shut down 150,000 jobs. We need to replace those jobs. And I don't know, am I wrong? How about 3 casinos? That should be a good
Bring
start.
it on.
You know, and I asked the governor, now the previous governor, thank goodness for term limits, but I asked her about that at one point. I said, you know, we could, instead of cutting government programs, we could increase government programs, and we could do it by opening casinos and funding them with that. You know, drop the prohibition on gaming. I mean, we have 30 casinos in this state. Why can't we compete with our own, you know,
Sure.
with our own area?
Right.
I can't have. I'm Native American. I was born in Flint. Okay, that's
Well, you
native
could
to
open
America.
your Lordd Virgil Casino.
Yeah, and we'll put it in the bottom of the old Hyatt Regency, and the rest is hotel. And,
There we go.
And the rest of it, it'll be a second one could be at the Water Street Pavilion, and we could put one
Genesee Towers.
in Genesee Towers,
Yes.
and there's the rest of the hotel. We'll have shows at the Capitol Theater, and we'll put a cop on every block and run the buses.
I agree. You know, people are going to gamble wherever they're going to go. I mean, they're going to go to Mount Pleasant or Detroit or Battle Creek or Standish or blah,
Windsor.
blah, blah. Windsor.
Yeah.
Sarnia.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. So put it here. Ink a deal with the Indians where, you know, they have to have so many restaurants inside, but also
I mean,
outside.
ink a deal with the Indian. Why do the Indians have to be involved? This is our country. We stole it fair and square.
They were here first.
Yeah, no, they weren't. They just beat somebody else's rear end to get it. They didn't grow up here like the grass.
Well, I was just trying to be nice. You said you're part Indian.
I'm
so-
not part Indian. I have to work for a living. I'm Italian. We stole the country. We did a fine job.
But you know
of
what I
doing
mean?
it.
Ink the deal where it can be a benefit. Like they're going to give us so much money that we can put towards cops, like you said, on the street, tie it into the Capitol. It could be a huge redevelopment project.
What I mean is drop the prohibition on gaming so that the Indians don't have to be involved. They have their reservations. They have their casinos. Why can't we have ours? Only because we, the people of the state of Michigan, say we can't.
Very, very true.
We are prohibiting our own jobs, 80,000, 100,000 at a time. We, the people of the state of Michigan, are poor because we say so. We have to take responsibility for it, and we have to say that we, as the citizens of this state, are responsible for our own poverty.
You know, we are. And, you know, a lot of people say the casinos are the devil, but, you know, you got to be responsible for yourself.
Poverty is the devil. Money does not cause, money is not the root of all evil. The lack of money is the root of all evil. Rich people don't steal the things that they need.
That's true.
No, they steal from the poor people. But
But it's going to be all right, though. Obama's going to be redistributing the wealth.
right?
So pretty soon, people like me, I'm getting a new car.
Yeah.
Going to have a nice new house.
As long as we can live long enough to see Congress approve it.
Right, exactly. So speaking of the devil, one of my favorite songs that you guys have is "The Devil's Among Us."
Oh yeah, that.
And
was,
why don't we roll right into that song?
Sure. This was a song that was about my thought of if the devil is going to look like somebody, he's not going to look like Al Pacino. He's going to look like Pamela Anderson.
Right.
So here it is, "The Devil's Among Us."
It was a hot midsummer Saturday night back in 1989 when a pair of legs came walking in carrying a tall blonde looking fine. She had fire for lips and eyes for eyes and a leather skirt creeping up her thighs. Something told me she was trouble in high heels. From the minute the wind blew her in through the door, everybody turned to stare. Every man salivating like Pavlov's dog, every woman wanted to kill her right there. Mitch Ryder was right, I could smell the Chanel number 5 coming on strong. But but you must have traded that blue dress in for a black leather push-up bra. Now I've seen her take many other forms, long pointed tail, red cape and two horns, but her new look was one of the more effective that I had seen. I knew she was after my soul at the time, but that's not really what I had in mind. That's not the kind of hell I wanted to raise, if you know what I mean. Tried just about every trick in the book. I knew it wouldn't take much the way she looked, but I sent her empty-handed to her home below. I'm not trying to teach anyone right from wrong. Every time I see her, I sing this song so I can warn everybody not to let her take them home.
Okay, we're back, and that was The Devil is Among Us. Devil's Among Us.
The Devil's Among Us. Yes, she is.
She is.
Oh, we have a
phone
caller.
call.
That's right.
Hello, you're live on the Ryan Eashoo Show with Lordd Virgil.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going all right. What? Who we got on the air?
Skip.
Hey, Skip. How's it going?
It's going all right.
All right. You got a question for me?
Yeah, I was wondering where we go to see this guy live. He's pretty good.
Oh, well, I will be at MoDoggies in Fenton. That's at 715 Torrey Road, right at Torrey Road and 23. We'll be there with a band called Grindstone and 34 Bliss at MoDoggies this Saturday night. I think the first band goes on around 9, and we're the third band on. So come on out and join us. I mean, we're going to have the Valentine Vodka girls out there, and we're going to have ourselves a good old time.
Sounds pretty good.
Have you seen the Flint, Michigan video on YouTube or the Ryan Eashoo Show page?
Yeah.
What's your thoughts of it?
Pretty good.
Just pretty good?
What
Yeah, I like that.
What other bands do you like, Skip?
Typo Negative and Tool.
Awesome. Very cool. So we got a Typo Negative and Tool fan that thinks that we're all right.
All right, Skip, thanks for calling in. We appreciate it.
And we'll see you Saturday night.
You guys keep up the good work.
We
Thanks.
will. Thank you.
We'll see you.
Another fan there. Going to be there Saturday night.
Awesome.
Hello, you're live on the Ryan Eashoo Show with Lordd Virgil.
Hi, I've got a question for Lordd Virgil.
Okay, hopefully I have an answer. Who can I say is calling?
This is Karen.
Hi, Karen.
Hi, is this Lordd Virgil?
This is, and I'm single.
There we go.
We'll turn this into a dating show. It's almost Valentine's Day.
Are you single, Karen?
Well, I have a question. I'm up here in Michigan visiting, and I looked at your website, and it says that you've played Las Vegas and Los Angeles, and I'm from Sparks, actually, and I've got friends that are waiting out there to see you. Are you planning on coming back out there?
Sparks, is that Sparks, California?
No, it's Sparks, Nevada.
Sparks, Nevada. Oh, okay. We were in Las Vegas, Nevada. We have a guitar player that has family out there, and we did some shows this past last summer. I went out and performed at the Rainbow in Hollywood, and at Green Valley Ranch out in Las Vegas. And as soon as we can get on a tour, we'll be right out there, and we love it out west. The people out there are great.
That would be awesome. Awesome. What about California?
California is that. I mean, that's rock and roll capital of the world, is Hollywood and Los Angeles. So as soon as we can get out there, the sooner we can get out there, the better.
Well, they're waiting for you.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. In the meantime, if you're here in Michigan, maybe we'll see you Saturday night in Fenton.
You can bet on it.
All right. Thanks so much, Karen.
Thanks for the call.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Awesome.
Yes,
All
we
the way
got
out in Vegas.
We had a caller coming in, but I had to ignore that person. So I apologize. If you have a problem with getting through, it's probably because somebody else is talking. So please just call back.
And we only have 8 phone lines, so
Yeah, so
Wow.
810-208-1854.
it's the economy version, and they work well. So we go with what
Yes.
works and it's cheap. So
8 phone lines, and they were loaded.
Yes.
Nice. That's awesome.
So we have more phone lines open now if you want to call in and get in on the conversation here. We're talking to Lordd Virgil, whose website is www.lordvirgil.com.
Easy enough, right?
That's 2 Ds.
Yeah, that's right.
So
Yep.
basically LORDDVIRGIL.
Yeah, I did that because it looked better in the logo. And just, for
Yeah, I seen
graphics.
up on your up on the screen here on one of your videos. You had the Lordd Virgil logo. It looked really nice.
Yeah, Rob Johannes designed that.
Really?
Yep, that was. He's designed all the logos that we've had.
Very talented.
Oh, he's amazing.
That is
Absolutely.
amazing. All right. Since we're here talking about your stuff, we kind of showed some of your videos. What's next for the group? What's the next big thing, I guess you could say?
Well, it's real interesting because in a rock and roll band, it's rock and roll. It's not rocket science. We always do the same thing over and over. Another album, another tour. So the next big thing for us is we're currently in pre-production for the 3rd album, and we'll get it down on tape, and we're looking at different tours. There is some talk about a possible show with Mushroom Head.
Really?
So, yeah. But we're still in
Mushroom Head was just here.
Were they really?
At the machine shop 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And we're looking at possibly doing a show with them, but we're still in negotiations with that, so we haven't quite inked the deal yet. But hopefully that'll turn out. We always love to play live, so what's always next for us is another album and another tour.
That's great. Very, very good. And growing up, what music inspired you? Who was your favorite groups, bands? Who did you like?
We were always big Kiss fans, but mostly, because they have the song Detroit Rock City, and we always loved Michigan artists. Anything that came out of Detroit, whether it was Ted Nugent, Bob Seger, Iggy Pop, MC5, right up to Question Mark and the Mysterians and Grand Funk Railroad. And, these are... Michigan artists are awesome. We have a caller?
We have another caller. Hello, you're live on the Ryan Eashoo Show with Lordd Virgil.
Hi, my name is Mark Stevens, and
Hey!
I am a fan of yours that I would die for you.
Well, let's hope you're a fan. You're in the band. Now get to work, would you? Mark, this is, ladies and gentlemen, this is...
Brother's voice on the radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you. This is Mr. Mark Stevens from Hollywood, California. He's now a Michiganiac. He's the lead guitar player for Lordd Virgil. Say hi to everybody, Mark.
Hi, everybody, Mark. What's everyone doing out there? What are you getting? Sorry, I got your message late. I couldn't get there. It would have been great. Would have been fun. But are you having fun?
I'm having a great time without you.
Sounds like it. Without you. I've heard that before.
Well, yeah, but we'll leave your wife out of
What
this.
happened in my last divorce?
Yeah. Mark actually has the tattoo of the Devil's Among Us. He has a devil girl with holding a guitar on. Yeah,
Really?
That's absolutely right.
Yeah, he married the devil girl.
I think
The one just does laundry. The old one. Ugh, devil.
I think we're all divorced now, aren't we?
Yes, sir.
There we go.
Stuff.
Yeah, we're talking about the big show Saturday. You pumped up for it?
Oh, I'm excited. I'm very excited. Great bands opening for us. Got a lot of friends coming. A lot of good people are going to be there. The bar is great. Bar owner's great. Got a band of great people, and everyone's going to have a lot of fun.
And the
A lot
waitresses
of fun.
are hot.
A lot of smoke, a lot of fire, a lot of rock and roll.
That's it. Well, I'm glad that you called in, Mark. I wish you could have shown up.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, dude.
Next
You have
time,
fun
Mark.
on there. You have fun. You guys kick some butt, and it sounds good out here. And I will see you all Saturday night.
All right.
Definitely.
Take it easy, Mark.
Okay, kids.
Thanks, Mark.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Seems like a cool cat there.
He's awesome.
Mark Stevens of Hollywood, California. He's
Yep.
in your band?
Yep, he's the lead guitar player for Lordd Virgil.
Excellent.
Yep, and nobody else can have him.
Nobody. So where's Oscar or Rob? Are they calling in or what?
Oscar and Rob are, doing what they do best, working to put money into this band. I mean, that's what they got to do. Oscar just got called into work. He was supposed to be here today, but unfortunately, he got called in at the last minute. And Rob is running Zodiac Enterprises, and
Making some signs up and
he's printing 300,000 things.
wow.
That's
and
what they
what
do.
about groupies? Do you guys have groupies? Do you guys have?
I'm trying to figure out whatever happened to groupies. There
Really?
used to be a lot of women. Every time you put together a rock and roll band, there would be all these women that would follow you.
Exactly.
Now the women that follow you are more stalker-ish. It just seems a little weird. And the ones that you want to follow you are running away from you because they know that you're in a rock and roll band and you don't have a dime to your name. So,
Any weird experiences with women?
Yeah.
Coming after the band or
yeah, I got
staying
married.
after.
Yeah, I got married.
Sounds like you all did. All of you.
I mean, she met me on stage and then said, if you quit being in the band, you can come on home. And I said,
You haven't been home since.
I haven't been home since. I said, look, I was a musician when we met, and I'll be a musician when you leave. And I held to that. And that's why when a previous caller called in and said, what would you tell kids in your footsteps? I would say, musicians are some of the loneliest guys in the world, Just tell them to go to college.
Go to college.
And get a steady paycheck, because that's what the women are all about. Have you ever noticed that about women? When guys talk to each other and say, hey, I got this girl that I want you to meet, they say, really? What does she look like? But when girls do the same conversation, they say, hey, I got this guy. Really? What does he do?
What kind of car does he drive?
Yeah. What's he do for a living?
Where does he live? Oh, 48439 zip code? He's in Grand Blanc?
Yeah, there you go.
Hello.
It doesn't matter if he's 2 foot tall and 7 feet wide, but
Right.
bald with no teeth. But he's a millionaire? Great. Send him on over.
Yeah, Hugh Hefner is engaged.
Yeah, again. Oh, man.
How many times is 84, or how many times is 24 going to 84?
As many times as he wants.
Yeah. Good one. All right, so let's kind of wrap it up here a little bit, and then we'll go to another video as we leave the show today.
Okay.
Saturday, big event at MoDoggies in Fenton.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's going to be a good time. Grindstone, 34 Bliss. Grindstone is a great 3-piece band. 34 Bliss is a 4-piece band with a female front. Her name is Raquel, and Raquel is so hot that nobody cares if there's any other bands playing. This
Really?
girl is absolutely astonishing.
Does the 34 and Raquel have anything to do with each other?
I don't know
or-
if she's a perfect 34 or what's going on there, but I mean, I don't.
Is she
I don't-
from the area?
I have no idea where she's from, but
I have a friend named Raquel on Facebook.
but she is absolutely, she's absolutely the epitome. I know that God is male.
Right.
When I look at her, you know, because who else would design such a divine creature other than, you know, a male?
So we're gonna have a hot chick
Fronting a rock and roll band. How can you beat that?
Wow.
You know?
See, maybe that's what you guys are doing wrong here. I mean, Oscar, Mark, Rob, you guys need a hot chick up front.
To me, I always thought that rock and roll was a boys' club. I mean, I like to see the girls on stage too, but to me, rock and roll was a boys' club, and the girls were there to see the guys in the band, and
Right.
and that maybe I'm a little too old school at this point, but you know, I wouldn't mind having a girl in the band. I just don't know if we could have intense band meetings every 28 days like that.
Right, right. Yeah. And we're gonna put a search out for it. We need a girl for your band.
Well, no, I don't think they should be musicians. We're just going to put
Just look pretty.
We're just going to put
look good.
like the Suicide Girls up on stripper poles on stage.
There we
you
go.
know? I mean, you know, we can spice things up. You know, we'll
I
get
like that.
any of the. As a matter of fact, if any of the girls from the Deja Vu or any other clubs want to come out and hang out on stage, you're more than welcome to.
That's this Saturday night, MoDoggies in Fenton.
And Ryan will be there.
I'll be there too.
That'll be
with,
great.
with the shot girls, the vodka girls.
Oh, the vodka girls. Yeah, you can't beat that. And,
Good
and
rock and roll music.
not
It's going to
only-
be packed.
Not only that, but the wait staff, the in-house wait staff, and the food is good, but the in-house wait staff is hot.
My mom is a waitress there.
That's great.
Yeah.
Your mom, I think, I think she was one of our original groupies.
Was she? Cherry.
Yes, we're calling this the Lock Up Your Grandmother's Tour.
Keep her at home. All right. Well, what song are we going to end the show on? Which
Let's
one do you
see.
want to do? You pick.
I don't know. Let's
A little something, something.
well, let's introduce them to my friend Payne. What do you say we do that, John?
I think
Does
that's
that
a
sound like
great idea.
idea.
John, what do you think?
You'll get to hear those mesas just cranking.
Let's crank it up. If you're at home listening, in your car, if you're at the office, turn up the volume.
Play it loud, mother. That's
Yes.
what they say, yeah. Johnny on the spot, man. He's right on.
Is who I am. Someone you can be but you can't see. I'm every little place you thought you'd be. I'm me, that's why I am. The first thing you feel when you come alive, and the very last thing is before you die. First cousin of pleasure, sister named Agony. Come and let me seduce you. Is all you feel in the open cut you made with the rusty razor blade. I'm pain, that's all I am. Cross my heart, no fuel dial. Stick a broken needle in your eye. Let me introduce you to my little game. Come and let me seduce you. Don't stop me now. I'll rip the flesh right off your bones and leave you there to die alone. Now, hey, don't take my hand. I'm gonna make you understand that I just don't give a damn. Let me introduce you to my little game. Come and let me seduce you.